Agnes Demille had just achieved the greatest success of her career, but right now the only thing she felt was confusion. She was a dancer and a choreographer. Early in her career, Demille had created the choreography for a ballet called 3 Virgins and a Devil. She thought it was good work, but nobody made much of it. A few years later, Demille choreographed a ballet named Rodeo. Again, she thought her work was solid, but it resulted in little commercial fame. Then, in 1943, Demille choreographed Oklahoma, a musical show from Rodgers and Hammerstein that enjoyed nearly instant success. In the coming years, Oklahoma would run for an incredible 2,212 performances, both around the nation and abroad. In 1955, the film version won an Academy Award, but the success of Oklahoma confused her. She thought that her work on Oklahoma was only average compared to some of her other creations. She later said, "After the opening of Oklahoma, I suddenly had unexpected flamboyant success for a work I thought was only fairly good. After years of neglect for work I thought was fine. I was bewildered and worried that my entire scale of values was untrustworthy. I talked to Martha. Martha was Martha Graham, perhaps the most influential dance choreographer of the 20th century. Although not as well known by the general public, Graham has been compared to other creative geniuses like Picasso or Frank Lloyd Wright. During their conversation, Demille told Martha Graham about her frustration. I confess that I had a burning desire to be excellent, but no faith that I could be. Graham responded by saying, "There is a vitality, a life force, an energy, a quickening that is translated through you into action. And because there is only one of you in all of time, this expression is unique. And if you block it, it will never exist through any other medium and it will be lost. The world will not have it. It is not your business to determine how good it is, nor how valuable, nor how it compares with other expressions. It is your business to keep it yours clearly and directly, to keep the channel open. The uselessness of judging yourself for nearly 2 years. I have been publishing articles every Monday and Thursday on jamesclear.com. Some days the words come easier than others. And there have been plenty of times when I have felt a smaller version of what Agnes Demille felt. I thought this was a good article. Why don't people seem to enjoy it? Or, I'll feel like I wrote something average only to see it become the most popular post of the month. Regardless of the outcome, I've realized one thing: we are often terrible judges of our own work. Martha Graham's advice takes this concept a step further by explaining that not only are you a bad judge of your own work, it is not your job to judge your own work. It is not your place to compare it to others. It is not your responsibility to figure out how valuable it is or how useful it can be. It is not your job to tell yourself no. Instead, your responsibility is to create. Your job is share what you have to offer from where you are right now. To quote Pema Chodron, the Buddhist teacher, your job is to come as you are and then find your inner Sifu and keep coming. There are people in nearly every field of work who make each day a work of art by the way they do their craft. In other words, nearly everyone is an artist in one way or another, and every artist will judge their work. The key is to not let your self-judgment keep you from doing your thing. Professionals produce, even when it isn't easy. Keep your eyes on your own paper. In grade school, I remember my teacher passing out an assignment and telling each student to keep your eyes on your own paper. Perhaps she was simply trying to teach 8-year-olds to not cheat, but hidden within that phrase is also a deeper message about what really matters. It doesn't make a difference what the person next to you writes down for his answer. This is your race to run. It's your assignment to complete. It's your answer to create. How your paper compares to someone else's is not the point. The point is to fill the paper with your work. The same can be said of your work today. No matter what you spend your days doing, every morning you wake up and have a blank piece of paper to work with. You get to put your name at the top and fill it with your work. If what you write on your paper doesn't meet someone else's expectations, it is no concern of yours. The way someone else perceives what you do is a result of their own experiences, which you can't control, their own tastes and preferences, which you can't predict, and their own expectations, which you don't set. If your choices don't match their expectations, that is their concern, not yours. Your concern is to do the work, not to judge it. Your concern is to fall in love with the process, not to grade the outcome. Keep your eyes on your own paper. It was my senior year, and I was pitching against the 3 team in the country, the College of Worcester. The first batter of the game was making my life difficult. He fouled off a pitch, then another, and another. I threw a ball outside, hoping he would bite on it. He didn't. Ball 1, I tried again. Ball 2, then another foul ball. After what seemed like 10 minutes, we had battled back and forth to a full count. When I think about what I miss most about playing baseball, I think about this moment. I think about the struggle back and forth. I think about chance to compete against someone else. I think about the mental clarity and that rare feeling of being in the moment, not just living through it, but actually living in it. There were thousands of moments like this one during my baseball career. Many times I lost the struggle. This time I won. The batter struck out on the next pitch, a fastball low and away, and a few hours later we had pulled off the win and I had finished one of the best performances of my career. But it wasn't the win that made it worthwhile. It was the moment of struggle. Gradually, I've begun to see that these moments are all around us. The problem is, the world tells us that we should be focused on the results. Society seems so obsessed with appearing to be a success that it has become dangerously easy to let the moments of struggle slip by without appreciation. The world says that we should focus on hitting our sales targets, or on losing that extra weight, or on building a successful business, or on accomplishing XYZ result so that we can be praised for the achievement. But the real reward is found in the moments that come on the way to those results. It's not the results themselves that make anything worthwhile, it's the fight that comes before them that gives our experiences meaning. I remember striking that batter out because of the struggle that it took to get there. It's the process that makes the product worth remembering. What is the real reward? For the weightlifter, the reward is not losing weight or gaining muscle. The reward is the chance to wrap your hands around the iron and to sweat and train. The reward is every moment that you choose to live a physical life. For the author, the reward is not having a best-selling book. The reward is the act of writing. The reward is every moment that you battle to string words together and craft a story that takes on a life of its own. For the athlete, the reward is not winning a championship. The reward is the opportunity to compete and to fight for something you care about. The reward is every moment that you step between the lines and test your physical abilities. For the entrepreneur, the reward is not owning a million-dollar business. The reward is building something of value where nothing existed previously. The reward is every moment that you choose to bet on yourself rather playing it safe. For the artist, the reward is not showing your work in a top gallery or hearing the praise of critics. The reward is the act of creating something new. The reward is every moment that you struggle to overcome procrastination and resistance and fight to express your vision. The side effects of struggle, becoming famous in your field, or making money, or winning a championship, those are just side effects that wouldn't mean much without the struggle. It is the struggle to do significant work that is the real reward, the chance to compete for something you care about, the opportunity to work hard, the time and space to make something of value, to struggle for something meaningful. That is success, regardless of the result. It's all the little pieces, the optimizations and the daily struggles that make it worth it. Those acts and those moments are the real prize, not the result that comes afterward. The fight is the reward.